Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving my book review of the realistic middle grade fiction novel called More to the Story by Hena Khan. Before I start talking about the book, I would like to say that I post book related videos regularly in my channel, so if you enjoy watching this video, then please do like and subscribe. The story is inspired from one of my favorite classic tales, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, and it deals with the life of four Pakistani American sisters living in Atlanta. The main character, Jameela, is in the seventh grade and she wants to be a great journalist and follow in her grandfather's footsteps. And she also wants her family to be close knit and together all the time. However, life soon gets in the way, and Jameela has to deal with a lot of changes, like her father moving overseas for a new job, and the arrival of a family member from England, and having to deal with her sister suddenly getting cancer and struggling with it. So the story mainly continues as to how Jameela tries to handle all these situations and tries to make the best of it. I received an advanced e-copy of this book from the publishers of Simon and Schuster, and I have to say that I enjoyed reading this book a lot. This is not an exact retelling of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, but it does provide a nod and an homage to the four Pakistani American sisters who have distinctive personalities and resemble the characters from the classic novel. In many parts, I could relate the main characters to the characters of the classic novel, and it was also a cute nod as to how the initials in their names were exactly the same, like how Jo March is actually Jameela Mirza, how Meg is Mariam, how Beth is Bisma, and how Amy is Aliza. I loved how the author has developed the characters in More to the Story, where even though the characters in this book are somewhat relatable to Little Women, they are completely revamped and given a makeover to fit with the modern world, where even if you have not read the original, you will still enjoy reading this novel. It was very interesting to read about all the different situations that Jameela has to deal with in the story. For instance, I thought it was interesting as to how she dealt with the topic of microaggression, because I somehow assume it's a very common thing that happens in schools these days, where students blurt out racist or sexist comments which should actually be insulting, but it comes out as a very well intentioned compliment. I thought the author developed Jameela as a very interesting protagonist, and similar to how I loved Jo in the original Little Women, Jameela was my favorite character in this book because I loved her interactions with all the people, whether it be working with Travis and contradicting with him and fighting with him to reach a common ground to work with the school paper, and how she starts liking boys and starts to like Ali, and how she deals with Bisma's reaction to the cancer, and how she thinks that she is supporting her to the chemotherapy, not knowing that she might actually be doing her more harm than good. Another thing which I really liked about this story is how the author mentions a lot of Muslim traditions, but she does not go overboard to mention it explicitly or to make a bold statement about it. It is just mentioned in a very matter of fact and cool manner, like how they celebrate Eid like normal Muslims, or how some of them don't wear a hijab, or how their parents are concerned about them dating and might want to have them arrange marriage someday. What I'm going to say next is going to contain spoilers, so if you have not read the book yet and you don't want to know what happens, then I would suggest that you skip the next 15 to 20 seconds of the video. The only thing that I felt could have been better about the story was Jameela's relation with Ali. So I know that Jameela has a crush on Ali and she acts really weird and strange around him. But when she cuts her hair and donates her hair to the foundation to support Bisma, I thought it was strange as to how she still felt very self conscious as to what Ali thought about her. I mean, when she's taken such a brave step and is supporting her sister in such a big manner, I really don't understand why she has to be concerned as to what some boy thinks about her. So, yeah, I thought that one part could have been handled a bit better. But overall, I really liked and enjoyed reading most of the story, and I would give it a rating of 4 out of 5 stars. Again, thank you to the publishers for providing me an advanced e-copy of this book, and More to the Story releases on September 3rd. I would really recommend that you read this book, especially if you enjoyed reading Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Again, if you enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe, and until next time, bye.